Good day, everyone. Today, we want to take us through program planning, monitoring, and evaluation in agricultural extension. And I will urge that you all pay attention. Introduction. Utilization of assets and resources in society for their development requires proper planning, effective management, and efficient monitoring and evaluation. At individual level, and even though at a community level, to properly utilize your resources to achieve a better result, there needs for proper planning and effective management and even monitoring and evaluation. Since wants and needs of human beings and that of the society are insatiable, there is a need for the prioritization of felt needs of both individuals and that of the community in order to provide development interventions for the benefit of the people. Human beings, according to what is being said, that human wants are insatiable. You cannot meet all your needs at the same time with all you have. That is why you need to prioritize. You prioritize your need. You prioritize those things that you need. So the first need are the one that you give more attention and use the resources that you have to achieve. So developing and deploying agricultural extension programs for the achievement of the needed intervention in the community is always a challenging task in Nigeria. And then surmounting the challenge therefore requires the understanding of different phases involved in planning an extension program. Different processes involved in ensuring each phase is effectively delivered, and different functions of the actors involved in process of planning an extension program, the stage of implementation and evaluation. There is always a challenge in trying to implement the extension program in Nigeria, and then to now surmount the challenge, there are phases of programming in agricultural extension. We have different phases. We'll soon get that one. We should get to that later. Program planning is not just what to just do the way you like. There are phases, and then there is this first to always ensure that each of the phase is effectively delivered, and that's what will make it to progress to the next stage. Then the ultimate goal of program planning is to ensure that efforts are deployed towards solving community problems by the rural people themselves after being trained. The goal of program planning is to ensure that the farmers or the rural people are able to help themselves by virtue of what they have been trained. The goal is to ensure that after the intervention, after the training, or after the training that is being planned, the program that is being planned, the farmers can take charge of themselves and sustain their lives with the available resources that they have. Then agricultural extension programs. According to Kelsey and Han 1949, agricultural extension program is a statement of situation, objectives, problems, and solution. This definition just give a concise definition or description of what program planning in extension is. Situation, you state about the situation. That means that when you get to a community, you want to meet some farmers, you very first thing just to analyze their situation. What are they lacking? What do they need? What is their problem? How can they be helped? So it's based on that situation that you now decide your objectives and formulate your problems, and that would get you to a better way of solution. That's according to Kelsey and Ann. And according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture 1956, program plan is a comparatively packaged document by local people and extension staff, and includes statement of one, the situation; B, the problem that are part of the local situation; C, the objectives and goals of local people in relation to this problem; and D, the recommendation of solution to reach these objectives on a long-term basis or a short-term basis. This particular definition is somewhat synonymous to the very first one because it has to do with you get the situation of the target population, and then you try to you formulate when you're in the situation, then you determine their problem, and then they now bring out the objectives. And according to Lagos 961, it says a question program as set of clearly defined, consciously conceived objectives or ends derived from adequate analysis of situation. You see, clearly defined, consciously conceived. When when your objectives are clearly defined and then they are consciously conceived means that they didn't just design it for them. They were consciously conceived out of the need of the people. You bring out the objectives out of what the farmer need. That is the meaning of consciously conceived. And then clearly defined means that at least you state it in an understandable way that to make it easy for you to achieve what you want to achieve. So, and this is derived from situation analysis. It has some relation with the former definition, but there is a way it is being said. And then I think it gives a kind of clear understanding of what a cultural extension program is. Then, according to Lawrence 1962, so it is the sum of all activities and undertakings of a community's extension services, which include one, the program planning process, two, written program statement, three, the plan of work, D, program execution, E, results, and F, evaluation. The step outlined here is a bit different from the other steps, but in program planning process, it must have involved situation analysis, problem identification, then objectives, and that is how it goes. It's a kind of a different way of looking at it. Then, according to Israel, Ada, and Brodel 2011, they define it to be a comprehensive set of activities that are intended to bring about sequence of outcomes among target audience. Comprehensive activities, which implies program planning is not just what you just assume and just do, but it has to be a lot of activities planned together, and then the activities are designed in a way to bring a target solution to the community. According to Forrest and Baker 1994, it is noted that it is noted to be a set of purposeful, planned, and interrelated experiences to reach educational objectives and to solve a problem. In short, program planning in actual extension is to ensure that some needs are met, to ensure that the farmers' needs are met, and then to ensure that they are able to sustain their life after the program. So, for the purpose of examination, it's advisable to learn each of these definitions, because it can be asked that you can be asked to define program planning or accurate extension program according to also authors. So you should know what each of the authors said and then know how to present the case in the best of way. Then the programmer, the accurate extension program. What we mean by this is if you want to design an accurate extension program, it should be done by a programmer. And then this particular programmer is not just anybody. It's not just anybody that will come and plan a accurate extension program. So this accreditation program, it should be an individual who had undergone proper training in accreditation and rural development. That means the particular person must have been trained on rural development and accreditation. Accreditation has to do with transfer of information through teaching the farmers in a way to better the life of farmers or to increase their productivity. So with this kind of knowledge, you must have the understanding of rural development and then why it is even necessary. So somebody who is going to design a correction program must be versed in all this and has acquired sufficient professional experience over the years, having practiced as a trained extension worker in the rural area. Yes, a programmer should be somebody who is used to the rural area. It's not somebody who just be in a city without a contact with the farmer and design program. No, it cannot work. But it's somebody who has always been with the farmers. He understands them. He knows how they think. He knows their fears. He knows their problem. He knows how things work. And then that's the person that can actually be called, that is qualified to be a career extension programmer. Then he must possess the requisite skills to provide leadership and carry out tasks in the areas of planning, organizing, teaching, monitoring, and evaluating educational extension program on a continuous basis. So this person must be able to plan, and not just planning, to organize, to connect the dots. Yeah, if you plan, if you plan, then you make a proper organization of the what you have planned, and then you ensure teaching. Teaching the farmer is not like formal education. Many of farmers are non-literate. In that case, there is how you teach them to ensure that many of them they may be aged, they may not be young, and then there is how you teach them through informal means to ensure that so the person who's going to design the program must be used to all this kind of characteristics of farmers and see how we can teach them. Then ability to fix the facts and principles is a key in program planning, and as such, program is required to be intellectually sound, both in knowledge and imagination. And then what we're trying to say in this particular regard is that the program should be sound and in intellectuality and see how he can apply what you know in the best of you. And then he must also be just and possess excellent sense of judgment. What is meant is that on this particular area, he should be able to gather facts and this make good decision based on the facts gathered, so as to bring goodness to the rural community.